What's attracting all the attention is reports that Jared Kushner, Donald Trump's son-in-law and a close advisor, during the presidential transition, was reaching out to the Russian ambassador to try to set up a back-channel line of communication between Michael Flynn, who would become Trump's national security advisor, and Russian officials. And there are reports that these communications even could have taken place at Russian facilities so that it would be less likely that U.S. intelligence officials would be aware of them. So back-channel communications are informal ways of communicating between governments outside of the standard diplomatic lines of communication. And these can be talks between government officials or even through intermediaries to make it even more distant. But they're generally more informal talks where the two sides can sound each other out, kind of out of the limelight and in a lower pressure situation. Back-channel communications have been going on as long as there's been diplomacy. They're an important tool in the diplomatic toolbox as long as they're used correctly. They can be particularly sensitive, though, during presidential transitions because you have an incoming administration trying to put their stamp on diplomacy, but there still is a president who is in power. So officials have to be particularly careful during presidential transitions. But it's not unprecedented for that to happen. The reason that the Kushner contacts are attracting so much scrutiny and criticism from some circles is the context in which they took place. December of 2016 was the time when reports had come out that the Russians were accused of interfering in the U.S. elections. So for U.S. officials to be reaching out to the Russians and trying to set up these secret talks at a time when there were these allegations of interference and even questions about collusion by the Trump campaign is what makes it so notable.